Rockets here at home in this Western Conference matchup live here in Houston. We've got some terrific NBA action in store for you today. This is Kevin Harlan to call the game with our analysts Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. All right, let's set the floor. Courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. So the Thunder 5 right now. Down low, it's the international combo of Ibaka and Adams. Russell Westbrook out there with Roberson. And it's Durant in at the 3 slot. Adams' shot is off. Oklahoma City on D. It's a 3-point game. Here's Mount Houston gets it back. It's Harden with the drive. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give him any choice but to blow the whistle. I mean, you got to play without fouling.
That one is no good. Well, looking back on last season, you didn't know where the Rockets would end up in terms of seeding in the playoffs. Ended up with the 2 seed because they won the Southwest Division. And as it turned out, everything worked out very well for them.
It really did, and had a divisional matchup in that first round against the Mavs. But the Rockets took care of business in that series and would advance.
Houston's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. And Monty with the basket on the assist by Harden.
And I tell you what, anytime you get those easy ones, that basket starts to get bigger.
Pass to Ibaka. Back to Westbrook. Stolen by Beverly. Harden outside. Howard in the post. Defended by Ibaka. And he gets it to go.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Greg, you're exactly right. I mean, everything seems to be dropping. Impressive scoring here.
Now, here is Ibaka. Shot is off.
I like his tenacity getting to the basket there, even though the dunk rattled out. 99 times out of 100, you'll get the dunk or the foul.
Excellent work there in transition.
Yeah, I think it's always better to go early in transition, to attack when it's there, because oftentimes you can beat the defense down the floor.
Here's Westbrook, following the score by Trevor Ariza. And Motiejunas picks up the foul. That's his first foul. And so the ball out of bounds. Howard touched it last.
Risky pass in a situation like that. Very lucky that wasn't a steal.
Fortunate to get it through. I thought he was headed the other way with that one.
And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Westbrook passes to Ibaka. 6 to shoot. To halt the run. And that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook.
I like the recognition of the mismatch there, immediately making the defense pay.
And Harden with the stuff.
And how about the grasp they had on the game plan for this one?
You know, I know it's early, but I don't think I'm going out on a limb when I say we could be headed for a blowout unless something dramatically changes and fast.
And the jam by Kevin Durant.
Tell you what, Kevin, they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
Mark, that deficit will go away quickly if he does.
And how about how he capped that one out, almost like the 1-2 punch.
Now, here is Harden. 7 points in the game. No good off the pin.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over him.
That is an elegant move to drop in the floater there, guys.
Last year, the Thunder were in a playoff battle all season, Clark. Their road record of 16-24, a big part of why they didn't sneak into the playoffs.
Well, when you're dealing with the kinds of injuries the Thunder had last year, it's impossible to be your best, and grinding out road wins is that much tougher.
Michael Beasley, he's checked in for the Rockets. Brewer comes in for James Harden. And then for Oklahoma City, Enes Kanter's checked in for Adams. Waiters comes in for Kevin Durant. And it's Foy in for Roberson. To the paint. And Foy kicks to Waiters. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot two. That one is on Ariza.
And really with the Thunder and their road problems last season, both Phoenix and New Orleans had better road records than they did. And had the Thunder been tougher on the road, no doubt they would have made it in.
Jason Terry, he's checked in for Patrick Beverly.
Shooting for Houston.
You know, the Thunder had road trouble right out of the gate last season, guys. Only had one road win in their first 9 road games. They also had 4 different instances of 4 or more game road losing streaks last season.
Houston making a switch here. Capella's checked in. There's a screen by Canada. Westbrook moves back up. Here's Ibaka. An amazing finish with a hand right in his face.
He's one of the best in the league at that. Even with just a tiny sliver, he always seems to find a way to get it up and in. Well, he's an undersized center, but he more than makes up for it with some serious leaping ability.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock in game. Kanter dishes to Foy. Back to Kanter. Rebounded by Capella.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Ariza no up. Kanter. And they're scoring pretty well as we conclude the first quarter. Rockets lead by 6. And the second quarter about to get started. We'll be back in just a moment. Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. What do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Rockets?
They pounded the ball inside in the first half, forcing the D to collapse, and that frees up the shooters going forward.
You know, another factor in their offense so far has been their ability to convert and score off turnovers.
On the floor for Oklahoma City, getting going here in the second quarter. Kanter is the power forward with Adams in the middle. On the perimeter, it's Waiters and Durant. And it's Westbrook in at the point. And Adams with the slam.
And guys, right now, the defense mentally not fair. Can't afford too many of those in a close game like this.
Yeah, Jay, you're right. Almost a free run, don't you think? Clark to the hoop for him there.
Momentum can swing on plays like that, Kevin, especially when the finish has that much thunder on it.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
And Waiters kicks to Roberson. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. They've led by as much as 10.
And really, last season, the Thunder came into the year as a popular pick to win the West. Of course, we know what happened in terms of injuries, and they ended up having them on the outside looking in terms of the postseason.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Thunder. For the Thunder, their play against the rest of the West wasn't a huge problem as to why they missed the playoffs. And Clark, you know, they went 25-27 against the rest of the West.
Well, at first glance, that doesn't look too bad, but only 7 wins in those 29 games against the Western Conference playoff teams. With the talent the Thunder have, you still think of them as favorites in the West, at least one of the favorites in the West.
James Harden, he's checked in for Houston. And Oklahoma City with a change here, too. Serge Ibaka has checked in for Waiters. For 3, Durant. And Adams kicks to Durant. Again, Durant missing.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed. Well played right there. I mean, there's no question who has the momentum.
Greg, the lead appears to be heading north, if you will.
Pass to Roberson. Ibaka goes in. And Roberson kicks to Ibaka. Durant in the corner. Here's Westbrook. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot two. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. No good on the free throw. Good on the second free throw. Rockets leading by 7. Here is Harden. He has 7. Beasley the screen. Harden's shot is off. Oklahoma City has gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. And it's Westbrook. That time on the assist by Durant. Westbrook's got 5 points so far. Well, looking back on last season, you could see the Rockets were tough at home. They just were relentless at going at teams.
Yeah, how about a 30-11 record last year? And a lot of close ones for them, but that home crowd at times could just really will them to victory.
As it did help in the series against the Clippers last year in the playoffs. Dion Waiters checked in for the Thunder. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line. When you look at the roster of the Thunder from last year, Clark, they knew how to build from within.
Well, last season's roster, everybody but one player was either drafted or acquired via trade. That's a rare combo in the NBA.
Now here's Terry. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot two.
And guys, for the Thunder, listen, they're not a big market team. They've had to make sacrifices with money to stay competitive. They do a terrific job with the limitations that small market presents.
Catching up on the changes for Houston. Howard's checked in for Capella. Moniunas comes in for Michael Beasley. And Trevor Ariza has subbed in for Corey Brewer.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row ain't close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too. Solid on the one-hand throw down there.
You know, Clark, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball.
Yep. Yeah, and one reason why. I just don't know that I've ever seen him miss a play like that.
And, you know, as we've seen, success in the NBA can come in a lot of different packages. I mean, it can't happen without the big free agent signing or spending. It helps to draft a guy like Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook, for that matter. It has not been an easy quarter for him, at least offensively speaking. Went for the two-hander on that slam. That's where the weight room comes into play, Kevin.
I think some urgency from him there.
I think he's sensing that this is a critical time in the game, fellas.
Terry. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
Hard to get that one off with the size difference there. That makes it a tough individual matchup for him, especially down low.
Well, took on the big guys going in there and challenging them like he did. But boy, that was a nice job.
Yeah, there was definitely some contact there on the three-point attempt.
You have to avoid fouls like that. As a defender, challenge the three-point shooter, but run by him, not into him.
Looking at who's out there now for the Rockets. McDaniels comes in for James Harden. And it's Patrick Beverly in for Jason Terry. Foy from long range. That's good. And the Thunder lead by 4.
You might not think of him as a laser three-point shooter, but that shot was there for him, and he had to take it. A rim rocker.
Looked for a second like he might rip the cylinder loose.
I tell you what, that is some grown man strength on that attack.
It's no secret, Clark, what this Houston Rockets team wants to do. They want to get to the line, drive the lane, and hurt you from outside the arc.
And they'll do it all at a very fast pace. I mean, they're fun to watch. The pace is something that I think sneaks up on teams sometimes, Kevin.
Good point.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact that the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Yeah, yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
Here's Yunus. The rim-rattling two-handed jam.
You know, that's a case there, Kevin, of him making a pass to a spot, and then he let his teammate run right into it. Well executed.
And so it's a close game as we wrap up the first half of basketball. It's the Thunder. They're up by 4. We'll see you after halftime for the beginning of the third quarter. The third quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull away in the last half of the game. What a game we're seeing from Kevin Durant.
That slasher mentality was on display in that first half. He got to the rim consistently.
Boy, I tell you what, he's got that great first step, and he must have had some quickness porridge or something because he looks a little faster today than normal.
Here we go now, the start of the third quarter, welcoming you back in a closely contested first half so far. What a game we're seeing from Kevin Durant.
And his play in that first half, how about the discipline to go along with the efficiency, guys? His shot selection was just perfect.
I agree. I mean, whether it's been from mid-range or in tight, he is taking only what the defense is giving him and not trying to do too much. Very much playing within himself.
Beverly and Harden, they're the backcourt. Yunus and Howard, the post pair. And it's Ariza in at the small forward. So that's who's on the floor for the Rockets.
You know, and Billy Donovan, the Oklahoma City Thunder, were able to pull him away from the college game last season, signed him to a 5-year deal in the middle of last year's playoff.
Durant with it, and it's Howard picking him up. It's rebounded by Houston.
That's an unusual, surprising miss for him. Typically, he's good on those inside.
Stolen by Harden. It's tipped. Now Durant. 12 points for him. Westbrook passes to Adams. Some nice passing by Oklahoma City here. Durant kicks to Adams. And he goes in for the dunk.
And nobody, guys, among the defenders stepping up to challenge him on that drive to the 10.
And, Greg, he says, thank you very much, and sails in for the flush.
And those are the kind of sequences that tell you why the score is what it is.
Kyle Singler, he's checked in for Kevin Durant. And we're just about a minute and a half into the third quarter of basketball. And for Billy Donovan, we were talking about him. He had been with Florida for so long, the Gator program built by him. It would be a big change. He had been thinking about it, though, before. He almost took, remember that, Greg, the Magic job back in 2007?
You know, there was a change of heart for him with the Orlando gig. And Donovan's done nothing but win at Florida, and he'll have that same pressure to succeed with the high expectations with the Thunder.
Michael Beasley, he's checked in for the Rockets. And they will call over the back on the play.
Yeah, not afraid of the physical play, but he still needs to stay under control.
Yeah, he obviously was not under control right there. Not much doubt he was going to get whistled for the over-the-back call.
Now here's Harden. Defense is right there. The rebound by Ibaka.
Yeah, but you have to love that tough interior defense.
And, Greg, that's exactly what he gives you. I mean, he's constantly making his presence felt around the rim.
Here's Beverly. The Rockets again can't hit. The Thunder leading by 5. Stolen by Harden. Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. Tipped away. And stolen by Singler. And here we go with Adams running it up the court.
And that's the kind of play you just do not want to give up defensively. You lose the possession and give up a quick 2 at the other end. That's losing basketball.
Especially when you can't afford to give up any buckets. That's a nice lead now.
Here's Howard. Leans inside. And the Thunder pushing it up now. He is hauled in by Beverly. We know Oklahoma City has the stars, the big names, the offensive flair. But, you know, Greg, this team, and you appreciate this, is a very tough defensive group.
Yeah, I think they've matured in that area. In the past, that wasn't always true. But last year, the Thunder really hung their hat on their defense. Top 10 in opponents' field goal percentage.
Just over 3.5 minutes through the third quarter of play now. Harden inside the three-point line. Harden missing again.
Awesome defense. I mean, he'll hit those unless you're right in his grill.
It's Westbrook with the drive. And it's sent back by Howard. Down low. To end the run. And it's slammed in by Ariza.
And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him.
Now, here's Westbrook. 12 points for him. Jacks up a 3. Here's Adams. And it's sent back by Howard. Here we go, one-on-one. Singler with the rebound. The Thunder leading by 8. .26 seconds left in the third. The dish to Adams. 5 on the clock. The pass to Roberson. Singler for 3.
And it doesn't even matter that he's surrounded on that possession. He's got the size to pull those boards down anyway.
Up high and down hard with the one-hander.
Got a little extra forceful with that one.
Talk about putting something extra on it. That dunk was way over the top.
Close game or not, Clark, you know, he's going to finish firm when he gets the space.
I'm startled.
And offensively, a great show for the fans through the first 3 quarters. It's been a fun game to watch. Thunder